In the heart of Romania, nestled just beyond the lively city of Cluj-Napoca, lies a forest that has chilled the spines of explorers, baffled scientists, and terrified investigators for over half a century. The forest is called Hoia Baciu, and while the name might sound ordinary to the unfamiliar, those who have dared to step beneath its canopy know otherwise. Often referred to as the Bermuda Triangle of Transylvania, Hoia Baciu has earned a sinister reputation. Locals call it cursed, travelers call it haunted. Paranormal experts call it a hotspot of unexplainable phenomena. What's undeniable is that this forest, spanning over 250 hectares, has become one of the world's most mysterious and feared destinations. At first glance, Hoia Baciu may appear like any other forest. Trees stand tall, the ground is carpeted in green, and trails wind peacefully through the landscape. But the deeper one ventures, the more the normal begins to unravel. It's not just the sight of the trees, many of which grow in unnatural spirals, sickly contortions, and sharp angular bends. It's not just the deafening silence, as if the forest holds its breath. It's a feeling, a growing presence, a pressure in the chest, a weight on the back of the neck. Something is watching. Something is waiting. Visitors often report sudden symptoms that defy explanation. Overwhelming anxiety, nausea, burning skin, rashes, and unexpected fatigue. Some develop scratches they don't recall getting. Others return with strange burns or bruises. There have been stories of temporary blindness, migraines, and memory lapses that leave even seasoned hikers disoriented. Electronic devices are known to behave erratically within the forest. Cameras lose power, phones freeze, compasses spin aimlessly, pointing nowhere, drones crash, flashlights dim. It's as though the forest actively resists observation, as if it doesn't want to be recorded. Hoia Baciu first gained international attention in 1968 when Emil Barnea, a military technician, captured a photograph of a disc-shaped object hovering above the trees during a clear afternoon. Barnea was not a man known for fantasy. His background in technical work gave the photo unexpected weight. The image showed a metallic craft, unmistakably a flying saucer, gleaming in the sunlight. It was soon published and remains one of the clearest UFO photographs ever taken in Eastern Europe. To this day, no official explanation has been given. Skeptics have tried to discredit it, but the mystery endures. Since then, more sightings have followed. Lights in the sky, silent, hovering crafts, glowing orbs. Witnesses describe these anomalies as utterly silent, moving in impossible patterns, sometimes vanishing in the blink of an eye. One of the most haunting legends to emerge from Hoia Baciu is the tale of a 5-year-old girl who vanished in the forest while playing near the edge. Panic gripped her family and neighbors. They searched for days, scouring every inch of the trees, until suddenly she reappeared. She was unharmed, clean, and unaged, as though time had stood still for her. Most disturbing of all, she had no memory of where she'd been or what had happened. Her return was as mysterious as her disappearance. The event became one of the most enduring tales associated with the forest. Some say she stepped into another realm, maybe another time entirely, and then was placed back as if nothing had changed. Another of the forest's unsettling features is the infamous dead zone, a nearly perfect circle where no vegetation grows, no grass, no trees, not even weeds. Despite repeated testing by scientists, the soil shows no abnormalities, no chemicals, no radiation, no changes in pH, yet nothing grows. This zone, roughly 10 meters in diameter, seems to repel life. Those who stand in its center often describe an overwhelming sense of being watched, sometimes even panic. Paranormal investigators have measured strong electromagnetic fields within this circle. Others report EMF spikes, or a rising static-like buzz that makes it impossible to think clearly. Cameras frequently fail inside the zone. People who enter the forest speak of seeing floating orbs of light, luminescent spheres that drift silently between the trees before disappearing. Others describe shadowy figures, human-like forms that flicker in and out of visibility. Some even claim to see faces in the foliage, peering out from between branches, only to vanish when approached. Many accounts include auditory hallucinations, or perhaps something worse: laughter, footsteps, whispers, and the unmistakable clatter of hooves echo through the trees, even when no one else is present. A recurring tale involves hikers hearing chanting, low and rhythmic, as though coming from deep underground. No source is ever found. One disturbing testimony came from a man who visited the forest with a friend. They were mid-conversation when both suddenly froze paralyzed, unable to speak, rooted to the spot. Minutes passed, or maybe hours. Time was lost. When they finally emerged from the forest, neither could recall how long they'd stood there, or what had caused the silence. Legends of lost souls are etched deeply into the fabric of the forest's mythos. The most famous is the tale of a bride who vanished on her wedding day. Locals claim her spirit still wanders the forest in a tattered white gown, her face hidden beneath a veil, calling out for a groom who will never come. Some say she can be seen only at dusk, appearing behind travelers just long enough to make them run. Others speak of mass graves and massacres. It's whispered that hundreds of villagers were slaughtered in the area centuries ago, their spirits never given rest. On foggy nights, some claim to see their silhouettes, a procession of the dead, walking in endless silence. Perhaps the most unnerving phenomenon associated with Hoia Baciu is the loss of time. Multiple visitors have reported entering the forest for what feels like 20 minutes, only to find that hours have passed. Watches stop, phones reset, memories become jumbled. People emerge feeling mentally exhausted, often unable to piece together the events that transpired. Others describe entering a strange state, lucid but dreamlike, as though caught between worlds. Some wander in circles for hours, unable to find paths they had just walked. One man told of walking with his dog, only for the animal to suddenly bolt, terrified. The man chased it, only to find himself in the same place again and again. When he finally escaped, he discovered he had been gone overnight, though it had felt like less than an hour. Despite its haunted reputation, Hoia Baciu remains open to the public. Hikers, thrill seekers, and paranormal investigators flock to its trails every year, drawn by the promise of the unknown. Many bring EMF meters, infrared cameras, and voice recorders. Some come out empty-handed, others come out forever changed. Scientists have studied the forest, attempting to find rational explanations. Some blame electromagnetic anomalies, pockets of geomagnetic disturbance that might affect human perception, mood, and even time processing. Psychologists suggest that fear, expectation, and isolation can amplify the senses, leading to hallucinations or heightened paranoia. They point out that people who expect to feel fear will find it. But those who have been there, those who've seen things they can't explain, aren't satisfied with those answers. There are older stories, whispered among the locals, tales of ancient Dacian rituals, of sacrifices and portals to other dimensions. Some believe the twisted trees themselves are conscious, alive, watching, guarding the secrets buried deep within the roots. The forest offers no clear answers. Why do electronics fail only in certain areas? Why do some visitors suffer terrifying symptoms while others feel nothing? Why does time bend, but only for some? Why is there a perfect circle where nothing grows? And most chilling of all, why do some people come back and never speak of what they saw? Hoia Baciu remains one of the last places on Earth where science, folklore, and fear blur into one. It is a living mystery, a place where shadows move when they shouldn't, where whispers come from nowhere, where the forest may be watching you, waiting for you to step just a little deeper. Whether it is cursed, haunted, or simply misunderstood, one truth remains. People enter Hoia Baciu looking for answers. Most leave with only questions, and some never leave the same again.